Nessa Childers MEP, independent MEP. Today, a mammoth decision by the European Commission. 13 billion fine for Apple. What is your reaction?
I think that it's money that we need in Ireland, and I think it's disgraceful that the Irish government is actually appealing the decision. I think that will do us reputational damage. These tax arrangements have to end, and I think it's absolutely correct.
The Irish government will say their tax rulings have allowed them to attract some very, very big businesses to Ireland. Are you jeopardising jobs in Ireland?
I don't believe so, and the Irish government should have confidence that we're going to be able to attract FDI, foreign direct investment, even with this judgment. And other countries may find that they need to look into their own tax arrangements, but we mustn't be seen to lack confidence. I don't believe for a minute it's going to affect investment.
What about the Apple jobs? Cork, I believe, is a big centre for Apple. Will this actually jeopardise future jobs?
There's no evidence that it will, and I certainly hope not. But one way or another, that is a lot of billions that Ireland should be paid by Apple. And we've been in a bailout. We're in financial difficulties still. We have a very big deficit. That tax alone would cover 4 years of the so-called fiscal space, and I just think it's the right thing to do.
Where would you like to see that money being spent in Ireland? We've heard about the increase in homelessness, particularly of children. Can we see any lenience there? Would the Commission agree to looking at this as a sort of an advance revenue that could be invested in the public economy?
Well, revenue is revenue. It can be spent by the Irish government. The Commission doesn't have to agree. It can be spent on from the Irish government on social housing, for instance, and indeed on our health service.
What would you say are the wider ramifications for tax justice in Europe?
Oh, I think this is a tax justice issue, and I think it's an issue that's growing and growing all the time. I mean, the tax committee here reported, and I voted in favour of their report with the Socialist group on the situation where these types of, I would describe them as dodgy tax deals, are rife in many European countries, and we need country-by-country reporting, and it needs to change. And when people say the EU is they critique it all the time. They make complaints about it, but this is an area where we've actually done something, and this Apple tax thing is just an example of that.